had.
Hello everyone, my name is Mark Walmsley and I am the founder of the Arts and Culture Network. We're 18,000 strong now on LinkedIn, so do come and find us. I'm joined today by one of our more recent subscribers, Julia. Hi Julia.
Hi Mark, pleasure to be with you today.
I love to do these little videos so that I can welcome you to the gang and you get a chance to say hello. So Chamber Music Box, tell me all about Chamber Music Box.
Okay, now Chamber Music Box is a small arts organization that was founded now 7 years ago, really with the aim to give the genre of chamber music a little bit of an image makeover, because really for many years now, especially in the UK, what chamber music has largely been evolving around is really a whole sort of network of mainly chamber music societies who are putting on a number of concerts every year, which will mostly be piano recitals, string quartets, piano trios, violin recitals, cello recitals, you know, and maybe the odd more exotic group. And of course, there is so much more to the chamber music repertoire than that. There is literally a wealth of absolutely phenomenal music written for every imaginable combination of instruments, really. And I myself had at that point been a cellist in a piano trio for 11 years. And I'd increasingly found myself every season playing, well, more or less largely the same repertoire over and over. You know, there was always the Archduke and Mendelssohn and you know, that Haydn and that, and so, and after a while you kind of think, well, you know, I think this is lovely, but I think I have gotten a t-shirt now. So together with Yuri, my partner, who is a fantastic violinist, we set out to do something a little bit different, and also because we have so many fantastic colleagues, really, of all different instruments who we work with all the time. And you know, after a concert, you always kind of say, "Oh, it would be lovely to play some chamber music together," which obviously 90% of the time never ever happens.
So just on that, so where can we find Chamber Music Box? Is it chambermusicbox.something?
.com. Chambermusicbox.com.
Okay. And you're a cellist?
I'm a cellist.
And you spend a lot of your time in which orchestra? Which orchestras?
I freelance in London. I currently do quite a lot of work for the LPO. I also work for several other London orchestras. Record occasionally film soundtracks as well. So really the whole breadth of
Brilliant.
London life.
You and I had a little chat earlier, and I think I'm right in saying that before people could access pre-recorded music, they would make it themselves. That's my understanding, which is effectively chamber music. So a group of, I love the Patrick O'Brien books about Master and Commander, the film that was made, and there's a lovely section where they're at sea in some Napoleonic battle, and the captain and the doctor are they're musicians, and they're often filmed just in their salon, just playing. It's easy to forget that we didn't always have access to pre-recorded music. So if you wanted music before about 150 years ago, you had to make it, you know. So in this, which is really interesting thought, because now that we've all got smartphones, we're all photographers. But if you reverse it the other way and go back in time, back in the day, we were all musicians or singers or drummers, or because that you had to, because otherwise there'd be no music. Fascinating. So I love the idea of giving chamber music a makeover. And I guess for those who are not particularly familiar with the different nuances between genres, how would you define chamber music as being different from classical music for somebody who wasn't aware?
Well, I mean, I mean, obviously, I wouldn't say it's necessarily different from classical music. I mean, it's chamber music, but chamber music can be so many things. It can really be, you know, a small scale orchestra almost, you know. Some of the most well-written chamber music, you know, you might have 5 or 6 people on stage, but you would think, you know, you're actually listening, you know, you're listening to an orchestra. And you know, it can really be, I mean, chamber music is anything really from 2 people, you know, up to can be 10, 12, you know, or more. I think what is so wonderful about it is that it's, in a way, because, you know, it, in terms of size, in terms of the space it takes up, you know, it's much smaller than a large orchestra. So you can, by nature, get much closer to it. You have much more got really that sense of, you can see really how each person interacts with each other. You know, it's really, chamber music at its best is it's a wonderful sort of endless conversation on stage.
Brilliant. I think that for everybody, especially those who are not particularly familiar with chamber music or indeed classical music, that's a lovely introduction. I think probably chamber music is like classical music but smaller. There's a clue in the name, isn't there? Chamber is room, so it's not a concert hall. It's the sort of thing that would typically, years and years ago, would presumably happen in a room. Julia,
Well,
that was great.
It was music, that's where the name comes from. It was music that was played in the chamber.
Yeah.
You know, going back to loads of the chamber music that was written by Haydn, by Mozart, you know, whatever, lots of it was written for aristocracy who had that music played, sometimes literally in their bedchamber.
Yeah.
So
nice.
it's really the most kind of personal, the most sort of intimate form of classical music. That's what I would call it.
I like that. It's intimate classical music.
Yeah.
Julia, thanks so much. Wherever this appears, there'll be links below or above or left or right for people to come and find out more about chamber music box. But in the meantime, thank you so much.
Lovely to be with you.